Hello and welcome to the Scott Sportscast Step Inside the Squared Circle podcast. I am your host, Alex A. Scott. Today we're going to do a little bit of a review and results on last night's WWE 2020 Clash of Champions. So, pretty good event throughout. I was thoroughly entertained the whole time. Uh, some crazy moments, crazy matches. And all around just a good event, entertaining, really putting the E in WWE. Well, our first match, we had the SmackDown tag team titles up for grabs. It was Cesaro and Nakamura taking on the Lucha House Party. They've had a little bit of a fissure past a week or two, so kind of trickled over into this week. And it's probably going to erupt next week because the champions defending their belt successfully. Um, yeah, I see the Lucha House Party getting ready to start going their separate ways. And that's fine. That's fine. I like them individually as much as I like them together. So that was our first match. Our next match was probably the best match of the night, arguably. It was the Intercontinental title match, triple threat ladder match between Jeff Hardy, the champion, versus Zayn, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles. What a freaking match. What a match. I mean, just bodies crashing through objects. I mean, probably one of the highlights of the moments was whenever Jeff Hardy uh, he had the apron. Like, where would it be? I'll show you on my map here, right here on the apron, and then the announce table, and laid it like this, and he laid Sami Zayn on it, set a ladder up right next to it. Jeff Hardy goes to the top and swantons him through it, and just completely bends the ladder. What? How can Jeff Hardy still do all of this? He was doing this when I was a kid, just crashing through the floor, through tables, through ladders, metal, concrete, you name it. He's going to put his back to it. So, uh, that was a beautiful one. Then, after AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy battled for a while, you have Sammy going into his coat pocket and pulling out two pairs of handcuffs. So he ends up getting Jeff first, and he handcuffs uh, the ladder and then handcuffs it to Jeff's ear. You know where his earring hole? Put the handcuffs right through his gauge and hooked him to the ladder, man. So Jeff Hardy's just literally with the ladder stuck to his ear, just trying to. And then he starts battling with AJ Styles a little bit, and at a certain point, him and AJ Styles get handcuffed together. So they're fighting while they're handcuffed like a Texas bull rope match. Some good old JBL days. But and then little did we know, should have known, Sammy had himself one of those handcuff keys and was able to unhook himself and handcuff AJ Styles to the ladder. Well, he climbed it and grabbed both United States belts to unify and prove to everybody that was doubting him, including me, that he is the true champion. He is the real Intercontinental Champion. Sami Zayn winner. New champ. Unified champ, or still the champ, depending however you want to look at it. But definitely probably my favorite favorite match of the night, one of them at least. Next we had Bobby Lashley, or no, Ascura taking on Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's title. Zelina Vega had a little momentum in the match, but you could just tell she was outclassed, overpowered. Scurry really using that money maker, throwing it around, crashing it into people. So then Vega tried a couple bridges that a sunset flip she reversed and almost had it, kicked out, tried another bridging pin, kicked out, was able to slip out and get her into the Asuka choke. So still your Raw Women's champ, Asuka. Really starting to turn it on here. Next up, we have the United States title up for grabs with Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews in the rematch. Pretty good match between the two. Good show of power by both men, really. I didn't expect Apollo to be at that strong, but also very, very athletic. He did a standing moonsault off the apron and then landed on his feet after. I was like, dang, you just did a backflip off the apron, crashed into somebody, and still landed on your feet. That's impressive. So, it was looking rough for Bobby at one point, and then he was able to reverse it and catch him in the master lock, full Nelson, and just Apollo wasn't able to break that grip, so he ended up tapping out. And Bobby Lashley, still your United States champion. Then we had our Raw tag team titles up for grabs. Street Profit taking on Angel and Andretti. They Angel Andretti controlled most of that match until Ford was getting beat down quite a bit until Angelo had to come in there and start bodying people. Beautiful 360 splashes in the corner, beautiful belly suplexes. I just really like the Street Profits. They're athletic. But there was some controversy at the end of the match because whenever they were pinning Cesaro, the ref called it a fall, but the video showed that he kicked out. So I don't think this is the end of it. Make a fist if this isn't the end. This isn't the end. For you Rick and Morty fans out there. But so we had the Street Profits defending their titles, but with some controversy shrouding it. Moving on here, we had Bailey. Due to medical reasons, not sure exactly what it was, Nikki Cross wasn't able to compete tonight for the WWE SmackDown Women's title. So Bailey, expecting really to have the night off, ended up getting a match with, you guessed it, Asuka, the Raw Women's champ, coming to fight the SmackDown Women's champ. So that went about as expected. Nice little quick match. Before Bailey had enough, almost got armbarred, almost got choked out, was able to get to the rope, slid out, grabbed a chair, got the DQ. So smack Asuka with the chair, and that was a wrap. DQ. So as Bailey was getting ready to go retreat, in comes Sasha Banks. My girl coming in with the steel chair, started beating up on her. It still had a neck brace on. I love that when they still got all the wrappings up, going out there and arm sleeves and stuff. But so Sasha started beating her down. Kind of got reversed a little bit, started jarring the neck, and it looked like Bailey was going to set up to do some more damage to that neck. But Sasha was able to reverse it, get a kendo stick, lay a couple good smacks, and then it was out of the ring and off to the backstage for the champion. Still champion, but loser by DQ, Bailey, the women's SmackDown champion. Typical Bailey. So our next match must have been the match of the night. I mean, how could it not be? Yeah. The Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, the champion, for the WWE Championship ambulance match. That's right. Ambulance match. What a freaking brawl, man. They beat the hell out of each other. They walked over, started in the ring, and Randy Orton got the upper hand. No, wait, no. He got knocked out of the ring, and he went to the announcer's table. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Big Show. Choke slams him through the announcer's table, breaking it. I'm like, yes. So Randy Orton went back in the ring, forcefully so. Drew McIntyre had the advantage. They went up to the ambulance, started beating each other up there. Then they went into the back. Almost looked like a staging or reception area. But yeah, they just went backstage, and Randy Orton started getting the upper hand again. And then out of nowhere, here comes Christian landing a volley of punches and beating down Randy Orton, sliding him across the food table. And then he ended up leaving after that. So then they start making their way back to the ambulance. Randy Orton starting to get control again, and then gets dropped and slammed. The champion gets dropped and slammed onto the glass. Oh, hold on, I forgot about that part. Well, at one point, Randy Orton was acting like he was trying to opened up the driver's side door and put Drew in it and just trying to slam him, but didn't work and countered. And then Drew tried to hit a Claymore and just kicked the door straight off of the ambulance. It is now a Jeep ambulance. Oh, that was good. Then they worked their way to the hood, and that's whenever the champion got slammed onto the to the windshield, cracking up the glass. Then they go onto the very, very top of the ambulance, the back, the cab, trailer, whatever you want to classify it as. Got to the very top of it, and Drew McIntyre almost falls off, and he's hanging off with two hands, trying to pull up. And Randy Orton comes and just scars him. Said, "No, Mufasa." Stomped on one of his hands, so he's hanging on by one hand, and then he just puts his foot on the other one. Goodbye, brother. Um, so he ended up uh, down on the ground. Randy Orton still on top, staring down at him, turns around, and who is it? It's Shawn Michaels this time, and he sweet chin music to Randy Orton. Oh, and he stumbles off. So in case you guys aren't aware, Randy Orton went and punted all of these guys in the head with the Legend Killer, told them, I'm the Legend Killer. You're just the latest victim. Well, all those friends he made weren't were very willing to go help out. Just wanted to help out Drew instead, rightfully so. And then so Drew gets Orton in the ambulance, and then decides, no, I'm gonna pull you out, and I'm gonna give you a claymore off the while you're hanging off. Just a nice little measure of revenge. And then so loads Randy Orton up, closes the doors. Still, your WWE champion, Drew McIntyre. That was a brutal match. Just as brutal as the ladder match. Which says something. Oh my goodness. So just thinking about it, man. Jeff Hardy swantoning that guy off through the ladder. Off the ladder. Or is it just the whole match of Drew McIntyre with everybody popping up, all of the victims coming to get some revenge? But so then whenever they tap the ambulance away, who's the one driving? Woo! The Nature Boy, baby. Ric Flair. So that was pretty awesome. So it took 4 people, but they got Orton down, won the WWE title. Drew McIntyre still champ. Then we have probably just the most senseless one out of all of them. Felt like a filler match, really. It was the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, taking on his cousin, Jey Uso, for not only the WWE title or the Universal title, but also for tribal chief of their land or family. And so that went just about as you expected. Just a complete beatdown by Roman Reigns. Just got him up, speared him. Didn't want to pin him. Let him up again, speared him again. And then you have Jimmy Uso running out to the ring, ready to throw in the towel for Jay. And Jay told him he wouldn't let him throw in the towel. And so Roman Reigns just started beating him down some more. And then finally, Jimmy Uso saw enough, seeing his brother and his partner getting beat down like that. And yep, those are going to be some weird Thanksgivings. Sitting at the table together. Who's going through it? That's the question, not what's on it. All in all, that was an awesome event. Thoroughly entertained the entire time. It's just one of those things where you it's one of those you just happy that you were in the moment, watched it live, or just seen it in general, because it was a great event. But I want to thank everybody here from the Stepped Inside the Squared Circle podcast. I am your host, signing off, and we will catch you on the next one. RKO out of nowhere.